And that's right. There is something else in this panel that gives you control of your viewport. Like, camera have some clipping at the front and at the end, and you can define this. And these are called the clip start and end. And I can show you, like, if I increase the front clip, I'm gonna cut through my object. So, and you want this to be closed camera. And same for the hand. I can, if I reduce the hand position, at some point, let's see, maybe I can put, wait, 1, 10, here we go. And here we go. This is I'm just moving the hand clipping plane. And you use this sometimes because if you have a really, really crowded scene, if you use this clipping plane, you're gonna gain in performance because it's clipped, you don't see it, you don't render it, and you can still manipulate your scene. But for now, we're not gonna have some big scene, so we can put some really crazy number. Doesn't matter. All right.
Using all those values in the transform panel.
I didn't get. Yeah.
The tutorial says different numbers, so not.
No, if you don't see them, you may be in the edit mode.
Yeah, I'm just saying the numbers that you're telling us are different than the ones that you have in the tutorial. So should we use 0.5 instead of 1?
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's up to you. At this point, it's up to you. You just want value that doesn't clip your bounding box. So it can be what I type or any value you want. And yeah, so about this, not about the Blender mode. In Blender, it's again a 3D modeling software. So the idea is you can create and edit object. And so when you are in the object mode, usually what you do, you translate, rotate, place, texture, color, and then when you go in the edit mode, then you can access to the control of every vertices. So then the mouse can rotate, translate any vertices you can select on a specific mesh. But these two modes are really different. And so you have to be careful in which one you are. And usually it tells you in which one you are at the bottom here. In this toolbar, it tells you here, okay, I'm currently in the object mode. I'm fine. All right. So I made a mistake here. I contoured the UV sphere, but it's not what we want to do. We want to do an icosphere. So, because the basic ingredient in cellPACK, like the most simple ingredient you can create in cellPACK, it's a sphere. What is it? It's a point and a radius. And so Blender is going to help us with this because we're going to create the sphere, specify a radius, and I'm going to show you how we have to rename it and what thing we have to take care so that AutoPACK is going to understand that, oh, this is going to be an ingredient. I have to use it. All right, so I'm going to go to Tools, Create. So we have a lot of objects we can create. I want to create an icosphere. So it's an icosahedral sphere. And I prefer this because then the point used at the surface of the sphere are uniformly distributed and at equal distance. And so if you use this later for like a compartment or a surface, and you think about, okay, I'm going to use this point to distribute an object, you're not going to have any bias because everything is uniformly distributed. And in this case, for the ingredient, I also prefer this because the way I'm going to recognize that this is a sphere, it's by measuring the distance of all the vertices from the center. And the distance is going to be the same, and so I can say, oh, that's a sphere. So my ingredient is going to be a sphere. Okay. So after you click the icosphere button, there's actually a panel that appears at the bottom here, where you can control the subdivision and the size and the location. And so we want the sphere at the origin. Oh, we can focus the viewport on the select object. Okay. So we can do view selected. Oh, here we go. This is my sphere. It doesn't look like a sphere, but it's a sphere.
So you just like align to view?
So you do view selected. And so assuming that you have selected the sphere, the camera and the view are going to zoom on it and focus on it. And there, for it's going to be 10 centimeter to subdivision. It's fine. Yeah. And it's here, icosphere here. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to rename it. And to rename an object, we can simply double-click on his name in the outliner. And this gives us access to edit the name. And so I can overwrite the name. Now, when you do that, you want to be you want to ensure that you don't put crazy character, you don't put space, you use something reasonable, because you have to understand that after that there's going to be a program that's going to scan all of his name, and programs don't like space or weird character, especially if there is rules. But so stick with simple name, like ingredient 1. That's easy enough. All right. Now, the next part is, okay, I have an ingredient. I need to decide where this ingredient is going to go. And this ingredient, we just want to distribute it in the big bounding box. And if you remember what Brett was saying, is this corresponds to the cytoplasm, like everything that is not a compartment. And so the way we're going to tell that to AutoPACK is by using the nested hierarchy. We just have to drag this object under an object called myRecipe cytoplasm ingredient. And so if we look back in the outliner, in the myRecipe setup here, I can open up myRecipe cytoplasm ingredient, and it tells you, okay, place here your cytoplasm ingredient. Now, how do you drag? Well, so I want to take this guy and put it here. If I left click here and hold and drag, boom. Right? Let's take a. Any problem? All right. So what's next? Okay. Okay, so if everyone is there, now we are kind of ready to actually create a recipe from this information. And basically what you do is in this panel, the setup panel on the left, now that I'm ready, I can say setup packing. And when I click this button, what's happening is there is a program that's going to scan the scene outliner, and is going to recognize the setup, the cytoplasm ingredient, and it's going to prepare everything so that cellPACK is going to understand it, and we're going to be able to do the distribution in the volume. And so I'm going to click on setup packing, and thankfully a new panel appears, which is the packing user interface. And this is a minimal version that just show the minimal option you want to use. Basically the collision method, if you want to rebuild the grid, and we can see this later. And so the first thing is we have the smallest ingredient. Okay, wait. So we're gonna leave it at 10. We're gonna leave everything except here. So in the second party, that's where we define all the ingredients, where they are, their concentration, the number of objects we want. So currently, there is something called the density, which is actually the concentration of the object. For ingredient 1, we don't want any molarity, so we're gonna put 0. what we want is just a count. So like I want, I don't know, like 20, or what was the number? 10. Okay, 10. All right. So if I update the total, I'm going to try to place 10 spheres in this bounding box. All right. I'm going to do just a wireframe for now. So if there is nothing to change, expect the set here in the ingredient. So 0 and then 10 here. And we're gonna try and see if it works. Boom. That was fast.
I set the number to 10, and then when I updated the total, the number next to it, so making 10 is 631.
Did you put 0 in the molarity?
In priority?
In here, density. Because otherwise it's going to try to place 1 mole per liter. Because the density and the concentration are mole per liter. But anyway, so I asked him, okay, place 10 sphere. And he placed the 10 sphere. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I know what it's not working. Oh, it's wrong. Okay. So now we can uncheck rebuild the grid because we just built it. We don't have to rebuild it. And you guys can change the number, maybe like 25.